this processor? What are the their details? What is the market available processor? What is the latest processor is available? It's very simple, guys. You don't need to go for any technical tech republic kind of stuff or tech news kind of stuff. Not really required. So of course, better to go once, but sometimes we understand, sometimes we don't understand in a low level. Means very random things will come in a tech news, but in a low like different CPUs. Maybe after next year or maybe 2 years, after 2 years, this processor is going to be released. So today they give it, but if you go to market, it won't be available. Understand? So for example, i9 processor. So they don't mention the cost, and you don't understand the cost also. You don't understand, and not available in a regular market. It available, but still not that much. Okay. So what is the available? Sorry, I have to close all these things. Yeah. So better one is go to Amazon, Flipkart, or any e-commerce websites. So yeah, tell me. Okay. So go to any e-commerce websites and find out a different type of components or laptops or anything. So you will understand, or you can go to their direct company websites also, like Lenovo, Dell, HP websites also. So you can understand what are the different configurations and what happened. Yeah, guys, if you are talking to me, no problem, but if you are talking in somewhere, check your mic. Okay. I can control it, but problem is when we are recording the session, okay, the record goes to YouTube. Okay, so be careful with it. Okay, so here it is. So you can see the different models, what are the current cost, whether it is available or not. Actually, it is around a 6,000, 5,000 cost. Now it is suddenly increased. It depends upon the seller. Okay, so different processors. It is a third generation processor. i7 third generation processor. Okay, so 4C60 means 4-core 8-thread processor. It's Malay, Malay means it's Malaysia. It's a built in Malaysia. 3.40 gigahertz. It's clock speed. Okay. So if you want a processor, then you have to find the processor compatible, what we can say, motherboard. Okay, so like that. What I'm trying to say is, you want to know something, then you have to go depth. What is it? What it is? Then we can able to understand. So you can see like this is a SSD. Okay, so what is a SSD? What are the different shapes or different form factors of SSD? Interfaces, how to fix it. So one question will lead to another question, and it will keep searching. Then we will understand. So it's a FHD. What is this? 1920 into 1080. It's a screen. Like my laptop is 1366 into 768. It's a display resolution. It's a HD display resolution, refresh rate. It is having a i5 processor inside. Okay, so what is this? NVMe SSD. What is SSD? What is NVMe SSD? So what is Windows 11 Home? What is other things are there? So like that, if you put a question, you will understand better. So this so it is showing a i5 12th generation. It is showing so 12500H model. Okay, so what about this processor? If you right click this processor and check it, You can get it from the Intel website. So what is this exact processor? Okay. So this is a processor model. Total cores are at 12, performance cores, efficient cores, total threads. So it's a beautiful one. Okay, 18 MB cache memory. Okay, that's a speed. Different type of speeds are given. So support 64 GB RAM support is there. DDR5 4800. This model memory support is there. This is also it support DDR4 and also DDR5 like this. Okay, these models it will support, but it's purely depends upon the motherboard. It supports 2 channels. It contains integrated graphics. New type of integrated graphics. Earlier it is UHD something is there. Now it is Iris Xe graphics are there. Integrated graphics. Resolution support is this one. Other things, other advanced technologies, built-in technologies. Of course, it's a 64-bit. I am searching for only one thing, that is a Intel virtualization technology. Of course. So our latest 64-bit processor having a virtualization technology built in, but you can see other things. Okay, this is about this particular processor, H processor, H. Okay, so while of because of it is showing here it is i5, here also it is showing i5, but here it is showing Core i7 model. It's i5 model or i7 model. Okay, cost is there. The cost is there. Why? Because of it's a 8 GB processor. It is showing 8 GB here. It is 16 GB. So compulsory go through once. It's a very bad thing. It is like a 2 8 GBs are there. Okay. So why it is saying like a extra SSD? The 1 terabyte of SSD is a 9,800 rupees. Okay, just like you can get a different type of details, and also you can search it like a one lead to another one. You'll gain the knowledge on things. So that's a very simple. Okay. Yeah, and just this is how to learn things part again. So these are the components like a CPU, RAM, ROM. We discussed motherboards, hard disk, SMPS, this kind of stuff. Okay, different type of outside of PC connecting we do. So how the cabinets are look like and what are the different cabinets, how processor are look like, what are the things you have to take it, what is 32-bit, what is 64-bit, what is the difference between RAM and ROM, volatile, non-volatile differences, and a different type of RAMs, static RAM, dynamic RAM. Static RAM is a cache memory RAM, dynamic RAM or regular RAMs. SDRAM, DDR, DDR4, DDR2, like that it is. Okay, so what are the specifications, how to upgrade a RAM, that is also we have seen. So troubleshooting I didn't touch about overall troubleshooting. One by one I will try to show you. Okay, use of cache memory, what is ROM, what is BIOS, what is boot processing, what is boot processing also we have seen. So what is a CMOS battery, what is the use of CMOS battery, how to go to BIOS settings. Okay, how to go to BIOS settings kind of stuff. What is a motherboard, how it is look like a motherboard. Okay, what are the different slots are available. Also you can search different type of slots on it. So back panel connections, front panel connections. Okay, so on motherboards you can see it. So we put a direct processor, graphic card, RAM. Okay, it's onboard ROM chip is there, BIOS chip is onboard. Okay, and we connect a SMPS power connection, 24 pin connector, 4 pin additional 12 volts connector, or a 6 pin 8 pin connector is also go. We'll connect a keyboard for into the back panel, right? Okay, in a laptop it is integrated, so everything is directly connected to your motherboard. We don't see separately, but everything is separate. So it's a very lesser the distance between other components to this one. Okay, and also we see in SMPS, what is SMPS? So smart power supply, 80x type of motherboards. We are using 80x. Of course, there is a different type of form factors are there, 80x, NLX, baby 80x, kind of stuff. So normally we use 80x 24 pin connectors nowadays, which is look like this one. Okay, like this. So 1 second, if I put it like this, yeah, it is better. Okay, so 24 pin, 24 pin connector. It's a 4 pin, 6 pin, 8 pin extra connection is required, and also SMPS give power connection to your CD-ROM and a DVD, hard disk, SSDs, like that. Okay, SATA interface SSDs. NVMe type SSDs are directly connected to motherboard. NVMe type SSDs directly connected to your motherboard. You can check any YouTube channel like how to install a NVMe M.2 SSD. So then you can understand how to install that one. And SATA type of hard disk installation, SATA type of SSD is the same installation only. Okay. Guys, I'm sharing a general knowledge and as well as a specific point of knowledge only. Okay, so like a compulsory is the question asked in interview is important for an interview. I'm not talking. Okay, it's a general idea. First of all, we should know it. Okay, and as well as we should have a knowledge in it, right? So SMPS is a converts AC power supply. Main power supply is a AC power supply, 220 volts, 50 hertz frequency. It's a sine wave volt is coming from outside to inside of your home. So your plug connection is AC power supply, but your electronic devices use DC power supply, like your mobile phone, tablets, computers, TV sets, everything is a DC power supply only. So we use a converter like a regulated power supply, RPS or a SMPS. Now we are using SMPS widely. So switch mode power supply, which converts AC to DC. Different voltages are generated SMPS. So 12 volts, minus 12 volts, 5 volts, plus 5 volts, minus 5 volts, plus 3.3 volts, like that. Each SMPS will take different wattage power supply is there. So compulsory you have to check the wattage based on our requirement or computer requirement. You have to take it. So you have a laptop, you have a charger is there, no? So the charger is nothing but the part. So main connection is AC power supply is connected to the charger one. Okay, so that's it converts AC to DC like a 19 volts. You can see on the specifications. Okay, secondary storage devices also we discussed yesterday. So different like a primary storage devices are a RAM and ROM. Okay, so main memory is a RAM. Main memory is RAM. So your BIOS chip is nothing but your ROM is nothing but your BIOS chip, which is directly on your motherboard. So main memories are RAM and ROM. Sorry, again, primary memories, secondary memory, primary memory, RAM and ROM. RAM is changeable, ROM is not changeable. It's a directly chip on your motherboard. Okay, so RAM is also called as a main memory. Okay, so like that. So secondary memories are not for storing temporary data. It is for a main memory data, like your operating system applications data stores in your secondary memories. Different type of secondary memories are there, like a hard disk, floppy disk, tape drives, zip drives, CD-ROM, DVDs, and all. CD-ROM, DVD, Blu-ray are optical storage devices. So through light waves, we store the data into it. Mostly it is a once you store, it's become a readable store. That's why it is a CD-ROM. ROM means ROM. CD-ROM. Why? Because of once you return data into the CD, you cannot erase it. Okay, it's not meant for a data read write kind of stuff. So it is store once, read many times kind of stuff. Okay, so that is a CD DVD. Hard disk is mainly for storing your operating system and applications data also. So we use hard disk. Currently we are using a SATA type of hard disk. Earlier we are using part8 type of hard disk. part8 interface is 40 pin connector. This is how hard disk is look like. So earlier IDE technology, and it is developed into ATA technology, advanced technology attachment. So parallel advanced technology attachment, serial advanced technology attachment. part8 is a 40 pin number, SATA is a 7 pin. Okay, it's a data interface only. SATA is a faster than part8 and some other features also there. Just for example, SATA 3 is a 6 Gbps interface. This is a part8 interface, PATA. Okay, IDE type. So 40 pin connector, that is a ribbon cable we use to connect from your motherboard to hard disk. So this is a SATA connector. So we are connecting our hard disk to our motherboard using that red cable. Okay, that's a data cable, data connector. Okay. Okay, so nowadays we are also using a SSDs for storing a data, mainly for operating system and applications. SSD is a thing. So SSD is a faster than SATA, regular SATA hard disk. SSD is a faster than regular SATA hard disk. But when you are going to change your internal hard disk with the SSDs, it is useless. Guys, I'm telling, you have a problem with your computer. For example, you have an internal hard disk in your laptop. You want to change the internal hard disk with your SSD. Okay, so SATA hard disk you are replacing with a SATA SSD. No difference. Small speed will increases, but still no differences. Okay, speed of computer depends upon so many different factors, not only this factor. Okay, so really you want to go for SSD. The SSD type is NVMe M.2 type interface. NVMe okay, M.2 type of interface, not a SATA type of interface. Okay, M.2 faster SATA interface compared to M.2, it is slower. Okay, next, so SSDs are very costly, not suitable for storing data. So maybe if possible, I will separately tell those stories, but I'm telling again, just carefully listen. SSDs are not suitable for storing regular data. Like I have a 10 movies are there, I want to store in SSD. No. I have a virtual machines, I want to store in SSD. No. I have a downloaded videos and operating system images, applications are there, games are there, downloads. No, not for a SSDs. SSDs are mainly for fast booting purpose, fast application access purpose. For example, you are a mechanical engineering or a civil engineering. You are working on a big softwares like a SolidWorks, AutoCAD, ProE. Okay, so this kind of applications are heavy applications. Application runs very slowly on your hard disk, and you require more RAM capacity, more processing capacity, of course, but hard disk is a slower. If you put that kind of application, you install application in SSD, the application loading speed will increases. So that is a suitable one. Not again. So you done all your work. You created final outcome of your application, like a document or something is created. You can store in normal hard disk also. To play a video, or to play a song, you don't require SSD. To store that stagnated data, so SSDs are not suitable. Normal SSD or external hard disk is enough. Okay, you want to store a data externally. Earlier days we use CD, DVD, floppy disk. Now we can use a pen drives or a better. Okay, external hard disk also there, like a 1 terabyte of external hard disk is there, 2 terabyte of external hard disk is there. Better buy and store the unnecessary data, means not regularly used data into that one. Okay, so every file system, every computer, when you are having a hard disk, when I told pattern is different, so again I will go back to the original pattern here. Okay, so we divide a hard disk into small parts for an operating system to store operating systems, applications, files, data like that in a separate hard disk. Normally all installations, driver installations, application installation, operating system installations, okay, user profile data stores in C drive only in a Windows operating system. Normal regular data we store in a separate drives. Okay, so when you create a partition, so compulsory you have to format the partition, so then we can able to store the data. So in Windows generally we use nowadays NTFS partition only. Okay, so FAT is a purely optional partition. By default we are using now NTFS only. In XP time it is FAT is a primary, NTFS is second part, but now in NTFS become primary. So if you want you can make it as a FAT, but maximum 32 GB partition size. Okay, so these are the primary differences between FAT and NTFS. Okay, so basic differences are the NTFS having compression, indexing, security, quota, and encryption is additional. Okay, so these are the main points are this. So without a file system you can't store the data in any device or a disk drive or a like that. Okay, like this. So different type of file systems are there: FAT, NTFS, EXT, EXFAT, REFS, EXT3, EXT4, NFS, CAFS, UDF, like that. This kind of different type of file systems are there. So when you are attach a hard disk, so it can be a MBR type of hard disk or a GPT type of hard disk. You have to initialize the disk as a MBR or a GPT. Okay, so if you are initialized as a MBR, if okay, the partition style is MBR style, so you can create a 3 primaries and the fourth one become extended only. So entire fourth one become extended. In extended you can create a multiple logical drives. Okay, so normally earlier days we can create a direct 4 partitions. More than 4 partitions are in after 4 partitions still there is space is there, you can't use it. So you have to adjust with a maximum 4 primary partitions, or you can go with a 3 primary minimum and maximum 3 primaries. The fourth one become extended, then in extended you can create a logical partition. Each partition size is maximum 2 terabyte. Okay, maximum support, each partition size is 2 terabyte. Another type of partition style is GUID partition table. Okay, so 128 primary partitions we can able to create in a single drive. So no extended, no logical partitions. Okay, no extended partition, so automatically no logical drives. 128 primary partitions you can able to create. Each partition size is more than 2 terabytes, you can able to create it. Up to 18 EB is also possible. Okay, but in a certain Google's they are giving, so GPT support 9.2 zettabyte. Okay, of course, maybe there is some other references are there. I didn't never seen any zettabyte drive or a terabyte drive. So no ZB, no EB, no PB kind of stuff. No petabyte, no zettabyte, no terabyte. maximum terabyte. Maximum I have seen only 2 terabyte of disk. Okay, physically. Okay, so in Amazon and all, I have seen 4 terabyte, 8 terabyte, 10 terabyte of hard disk also available, but in real time I never seen. I didn't purchase myself or someone is using. Okay, so we don't worry about it. So this is MBR and GPT, master boost record and GID partition table. And in a partitions, okay, so that is about your hard disk and their partitions. But storage types are there, so we can store the data. When you store a data, internal hard disk or an external hard disk directly connected to your server, either internally or externally. So that is called a direct attached storage. If you store a data through the network in a shared folders or a sharing data using NFS or CAFS protocols, so that is type of storage is NAS storage, network attached storage. SAN storage is a very big enterprise storage solution. It is very complex storage solution anyway. It is a complex. Why? Because of, so we use a fiber optical switches, fiber optical cables for a high speed data transmission, and heavy redundancy is there. If one switch is failure, still no problem, we can go through other switch. If one cable is down, no problem, we can go with the other route to reach the destination. So in enterprises, large amount of data is required to transmit from one place to another place based on user requirement or a server requirement. So they build a SAN storage. Okay, highly redundant storage. I didn't put that point here. I added one point here. It is a file storage and it is a block storage. The file storage and file level storage, block level storage, object level storage. There is a three type of storages are there again. Level storages, file level storage, block level storage, and object level storage is there. What is a file level storage? So when you access a shared folder, you see a data like this, like this is the file, this is the file, like this. You are accessing a file like a just directly a file and folders wise only. For example, you see you are accessing a data directly like a files and folders type only. Let's look at here. I open a shared folder. Don't worry about what I open, but look at here. This is a shared folder I open. See, this is my data. It is visible here. So this is called a file level storage. And block level storage, if you open a disk management kind of stuff, you see there is a disk 0, disk 1, disk 2, disk 3. So that is a block level storage, not a simple folder you are accessing entire hard disk, entire a hard disk, like a virtual hard disk only, but entire is a hard disk you are accessing. Okay, it's look like you are accessing an entire hard disk. So that is a block level storage. Object level storage is a simple example of that one is AWS S3. Okay. So guys, the terminologies, please try to remember. If you forget also not a big deal, but so we listen and we forget, that is our nature. But when you hear these terminologies again, you will recollect more. Okay, for example, block level storage. For example, in future you went to the cloud technologies like AWS or Azure. In AWS, block level storage is EBS, elastic block storage, EBS. S3 is a object level storage. EFS is a NAS type of storage. EFS in Amazon. Okay, so like this is all common. Okay, there is a storage type dash NAS SAN. Storage area network attached storage, direct attached storage. NAS is like a shared folder type access through IP type protocols like NFS, CFS protocols. SAN is not like that. SAN is a enterprise storage area network, enterprise solution. Okay, highly redundant fiber optical channels we are using there to access. Okay, and also I told about a small part of virtual hard disk. So virtual hard disk in a Microsoft with two formats are there. So VHD and VHDX. Virtual hard disk are acts like a regular hard disk, but it is a simply a file. Virtual hard disk is nothing but a file. Yesterday, when I created last class, when I created, you can see this is a file, virtual hard disk file. Okay, so when I write, just double click on it, just actually can write and open. You can see there is I drive and J drive is also there. I didn't put any data. If I put a data, so then also we can able to see. For example, I'm putting data like this here. Okay, so data is there in a I drive. I'm ejecting it. Okay, eject. So when I eject it, automatically these two are gone. Okay, if you have, if anybody new to that one, so better to go once with my previous class. See this I drive, J drive is gone. This is the hard disk. This hard disk file contains the data. Okay, again I'm mounting this virtual hard disk. So then you can see this data. So right click mount this PC. So this is I drive. Data is there. Meaning is data stores on the virtual hard disk like a same as a physical hard disk. Same as a physical hard disk, but only thing is physical hard disk is physically available. Virtual hard disk is a simply file in the physical location. Okay, storage virtualization part. Okay, it's like a kind of storage virtualization only. Okay, so different formats of virtual hard disk is there. One is VHD, VHDX in the Microsoft. Okay, in Microsoft VHD, VHDX is there. VHD support up to 2 terabytes of single virtual hard disk. VHDX support up to 64 terabytes of single virtual hard disk. And there is a different types are there. Fixed type, dynamically expanding, thin provision, thick provision, differencing disk kind of stuff is also there. But here it is fixed and dynamically expanding is there. Fixed means when you create a 10 GB virtual hard disk, 10 GB file will be created. Okay, so dynamically expanding, if you create a 10 GB dynamically expanding virtual hard disk, 10 GB virtual hard disk won't be created. The file is only 4 MB, 5 MB like that only. Okay, so if you want to see again, so then go to H drive. So it is a 10 GB virtual hard disk, but the size is showing a 200 MB, around 196, something like that. It don't occupy 10 GB. If I created this as a fixed hard disk, this file size is become 10 GB directly. Okay, I think I deleted those my old virtual hard disk, but it is not showing here. Okay, so this is MBR GPT initialization. When I attach the new virtual hard disk, or if you attach a physical hard disk, any hard disk, virtual or physical, when you fresh hard disk you are attached, it asks for initialization. Do you want to make it as a GPT or a MBR type? Okay, like this. So up to here we discuss yesterday. Guys, anybody having any specific hardware components related doubts or anything? Anything we miss in hardware components or anything from hardware? Not only doubts, new thing also you can ask. What is a graphic card? What is RAID? Anything. Yeah. Actually, I'm searching for a yeah liked video. Yeah, liked video. Okay, no, it is not there in liked video. I'm searching for a video that is a type of animated video like this. Okay, guys, this is a someone is created. We don't know who is this. Power set animated videos. You know, small like a I am telling orally and I'm showing some pictures. But sometimes it may helpful for you to understand by a small animation kind of stuff. Not this one. Absolutely not this one. Not this one. Not this one. Okay. So in say what is the API address? What is the networking tools we use it? Maybe in a hardware like see motherboard form factors. You can see motherboard form factors. Okay, what is proxy, what is VPN, what is firewalls. Okay, just for people who are completely new to the hardware parts, it is what is BIOS, what is CMOS, what is UEFI, what is SSDs, what is NAS and SAN differences. Okay, uh, you don't need to go with a very new kind of stuff like what is power line network, not required literally. Okay, so small things like what is CPU, what is cache, right? What is RAM, what is ROM, what is chipset, what is 32-bit, 64-bit, what is RAID, what is ping, what is trace route, how it is happens. No, very basic 10 to 15 minutes of explanation maximum of these things. You can see it's a 14 minutes, so 8 minutes, 9 minutes. This is 5 minutes only. Okay, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes. So it is a less than means 10 to 15 minutes. Some are little higher. So it is a 6 minutes only. My videos are very big one, right? 1 hour, 2 hours. So my point is, it's not about my video or others' videos. My point is, you should learn from whatever the resource is available. I think recently I feel this is also okay to understand, not for an interview, not for anything, just for a first initially we should understand. So some animations it is better to understand. Okay, so this is also you can try. Yeah, I'm sharing entire link, so you can it is completely based on you. So you can try this one also. It's taking a lot of time. Okay, so that's it. This is what we discussed yesterday. Next point, we're going to discuss about completely operating system. What is operating system and after that one we'll discuss about some basic troubleshootings related to the both hardware and as well as the operating system. First, we'll take the questions and based on that, we're going to explain. Anybody having any doubts? Anything? Completely everybody muted? I don't understand. Okay. I'll stop recording.